Hi, welcome back to Ardolino's Kitchen, where we are cooking
without kids.
Yes, today we're going to be making one of our favorite new desserts, and we've been on a health kick lately, and I've been doing this thing called the wild diet, which is really not really a diet, it's more of a lifestyle change. But we've eliminated all sorts of bad foods we didn't even know were bad for us, including processed sugars, wheats, flour, so we're using more natural ingredients, more just real food. So today we're going to be making
wild peanut butter cups.
Yeah.
So if you like Reese's peanut butter cups, or really any kind of peanut butter cups, these are so much richer, they're super delicious, and they're actually healthy for you. So you can eat one and not feel really guilty afterwards.
Our kids don't like them though. My daughter and son are sitting in the background and giving a big thumbs down.
Yeah.
And that's because it's not filled with sugary type of traditional dessert.
Yeah, well, and so we, instead of using peanut butter, we use almond butter because Anna does have a peanut allergy, so we try to be a little bit more conscious in our house about how often we use peanut butter in our recipes, just in case she wants to take a bite and taste something. Also, we've found that the almond butter doesn't have sugar in it, whereas peanut butter has quite a bit of sugar, so it's a little bit more of a healthier substitute.
So these are really easy to make. I'm going to start off with, so we got dark chocolate, and now when you say dark chocolate, the ones we used to buy were like 50%. This is 72%. The darker the better. You don't want to go full dark, otherwise the chocolate's too bitter, 100%. So these are fine, but if you get around 70-80%, that's pretty good. So we're going to have dark chocolate. We have the almond butter. Now we are going to use sugar, but we're going to use coconut palm sugar, which is more natural sugar. Then we have a little bit of coconut oil, and then we put little toppings on top of the peanut butter cups, which are some unsweetened coconut, dried pecans, and cranberries. So first we need to melt our chocolate. So I have a pot full of water. The best way to melt chocolate is to use a double boiler. And you don't have to buy one, you can make one. Just take a pot or saucepan, fill it with water, and put a bowl on top of it.
Yeah. Well, but you didn't fill that with water. You only put about 2 inches.
Oh yeah, no, you want to make sure, you only need like not even an inch of water. It's just enough so that you can boil the water and get the steam to rise. So you can see a little bit because I already boiled it, but we're going to put this on the stove. Once the water starts boiling, put the boil on top, and then we're going to melt the chocolate. As soon as the chocolate, and stir it. That'll stop or prevent the chocolate from burning. If you were to put it right into the pot, or even if you try to put it in the microwave, you can still potentially burn the chocolate. So this is a much better way to do it. And then once we do that, we're going to add a little bit of coconut oil, and that's going to help soften and allow the chocolate to spread more easily and pour when we make the peanut butter cups. All right, so we're going to bring this over to the stove, and then we're going to show you how we're going to melt the chocolate, right? Okay. Okay, so our water is boiling again. We're going to put the chocolate on top, and actually I'm going to lower that. We don't need it to boil, we just want it to simmer. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to slowly stir the chocolate. Since this is a metal bowl, you may want to have a pot holder to hold that. You can see how the chocolate starts to melt. And we want to do this just until the chocolate is just about melted. Now the other thing we want to do is we want to add in our coconut oil. Where's the teaspoon?
Right here.
Okay. Oh, you already have it?
Yep.
Okay. So we're just going to add in a teaspoon of the coconut oil, and that is going to help the chocolate stay loose and prevent it from clumping up, seizing. Okay, so you can see that melts pretty quickly. Once that's done, we can actually remove that chocolate from the heat. That bowl is going to stay pretty warm. You have our melted chocolate. We're going to take about a cup of almond butter, And we're going to mix that with, I think, two tablespoons
tablespoons
of the palm sugar. So you wanna, here, hold that. Okay. Now, this almond butter is actually the no stir kind. I've done this with, no, this is the one that you actually have to stir. I've done it with both types, and I actually find it easier. This is just easier to spread, easier to work with. The other one, to blend the sugar in is you can do it, it's just harder. So we're gonna put that all in there. I'm gonna scoop all that out.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of our palm sugar. Okay, so. All right, 1. And 2. Okay, so I'm just gonna mix that all together. And while Liz is doing that, I will get our cups ready. So, now these are gonna go into your traditional cupcake tin or pan. I've done this with silicone or the foil cups. Both of these work great.
I like the silicone better. I think they pop out a little bit easier, and I just like the fact that they're reusable, and so I'm not, adding trash to the world.
The last time we made them, we gave some away around Halloween to our neighbors, and so we didn't want to give them our silicone cups.
Yeah.
All right, so now we have our silicone cups in our cupcake pan. And what we're going to do next is we're going to pour just a little bit of chocolate just to barely fill the bottom of each one of these. And that's going to become the base of our peanut butter cup, right? So we're just going to pour that in.
So you don't measure it at all?
No, just enough to, and you only need a thin layer because the majority of the chocolate is going to go on top of the peanut butter cup, and it's going to go on top of the peanut butter, right? That's where the most of the chocolate will be. All right, so here you can see we already have some of these filled. Oh, and we forgot, you need to put just a dash of salt in the peanut butter. Not a lot, just enough to give it a little kick. So you can see when I pour this in, again, just enough to cover the bottom and then go on to the next one. Okay.
You pour that so neatly. If I was pouring it, I'd be getting chocolate all over the pan.
Well, you can see I dripped a little bit on the pan. So now we're gonna take a teaspoon, and I usually put a big dollop of peanut butter, or this is almond butter, right in the middle. So we're just gonna put a nice big dollop there, and start with 1. And then what we'll do is if we have any left, then we'll just evenly spread it out around the peanut butter cups, or almond butter cups in this case. All right, let me get my hands in here too so I can do some. Okay, so, okay. Now it's okay if it doesn't get perfectly in the center. Don't worry, the chocolate that we'll pour on top will completely cover it.
So we have a lot left.
Okay, and there is some left extra, or you can just load them up with a little bit of extra almond butter. I like to double them up, so, okay. Well, maybe not exactly double, but just another spoonful. And then that should use up most of the almond butter or peanut butter. You can also see how easily this spreads because this is the kind of almond butter you have to stir. If you use the other type and it's firm enough, you can actually form them into little patties or little balls and just put those in the middle. Right. Step 2, we're going to cover them with chocolate. So So, and again, going to pour. And you want to pour and completely cover the peanut butter. Again, I would recommend just enough to cover it. And you can always go back and add more chocolate to even them out. But at a minimum, you want to make sure all the peanut butter or almond butter, nut butter is covered. Okay.
So again,
And these are pretty big. Like these are probably twice the size of a
normal
Reese's peanut butter cup. So you're getting a lot for, and they're very rich too. So, I mean, when we eat them, the most we'll eat is one. I mean, it's definitely plenty.
Yeah.
And it's a nice indulgence that is
That's not bad for you.
yeah, good way to put it. All right, so you can see we're just about, and that was a bag of 10 ounces of chocolate, so 9 or 10 ounces is perfect. I'm just gonna fill in the ones that look a little low.
Put whatever toppings you want
Or
on.
you can leave them plain.
Yeah.
So, but I happen to like, when we made this recipe, they recommended, I mean, you could put sea salt, a little bit of sea salt, coconut, pecans, dried cranberries or other dried berries. And I found just mixing a little bit of all of them was really good. With the cranberries, these do have a bunch of added sugar, so we're gonna go very, very little, maybe 3 or 4 in each one. The coconut is unsweetened, so we don't have to worry about that there. And the nuts are obviously the nuts, right? And then finally, just a little bit of pecans.
I think that's it. I think they all
Do we
have-
all?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so we have all of our toppings.
We're here for the chocolate, people.
Well, I guess they do like that part of it. All right, so we are going to take these and we're just gonna put them in the freezer. This is, yeah, you like that? So this is gonna at least 4 hours. You can leave them in overnight, that's perfect. You need them to harden. But we're just gonna put them in the freezer 4 hours. And then we'll take them out and we'll show you what they look like.
Yeah.
Lick the chocolate afterwards. Yeah.
You want some of the almond butter too?
No.
No. Oh well.
I don't like almond butter. Even though I can have it.
All right.
All right, we'll see you
We'll
soon.
be back.
Bye.
All right, so we are ready to taste our peanut butter cups. These were in the freezer overnight. Sometimes the ones that use the stir almond butter take a little longer to solidify, so we did that. Now, normally wouldn't taste one in the middle of the day, but I think we'll make an exception. All right, so if I open these up, you'll see that this looks like a lovely peanut butter cup, right? I think that looks delicious, right? All right, so let's take a peek inside. Now, when I usually keep them in the freezer, and I would keep them in the freezer when you want to eat one, just take it out and let it sit for, 3 or 4 minutes just to soften up a little bit.
You
So
wanna try
now
one?
you show up, right? Okay, so we're gonna cut this in half. Okay, and let's show everybody what that looks like inside. Ooh. Doesn't that look good? All right, now if you want, I can cut this into 4 pieces and we could each have a little bite. All right, you ready?
What are you doing?
Oh. That's wonderful. Very good.
This is my favorite thing.
The only little tiny problem is got coconut oil in the chocolate. Yeah, a little bit on your finger, but get off. All right, did we get to finish this?
I think so.
All right, which one do you want? All right, well, thanks for joining. I hope you enjoy these, and we'll see you soon.
Healthy eating.
Bye-bye.